In this section, I will show you how to set up a Raspberry Pi 4B with 8 GB of RAM, a USB microphone, and a 7-inch touchscreen display. This will allow you to use ChatGPT to write stories with your voice. First, you need to get the following items. A Raspberry Pi 4B with 8 GB of RAM. This is the main computer that will run ChatGPT. A microSD card with at least 32 GB of storage. This is where you will install the operating system and the ChatGPT software. A power supply for the Raspberry Pi. Make sure it can provide at least 3A of current. A USB microphone. This is how you will input your voice commands and story prompts to ChatGPT. A 7-inch touchscreen display. This is where you will see the output of ChatGPT and interact with it. A case for the Raspberry Pi and the display. This will protect your components and make them look nice. A keyboard and a mouse. These are optional but useful for setting up the Raspberry Pi. Once you have all these items, you can start assembling them. Step 1. Insert the microSD card into your computer and download the latest version of Raspberry Pi OS from the official website. You can use a tool like Etcher to flash the image onto the card. Step 2. Eject the microSD card from your computer and insert it into the Raspberry Pi. Connect the power supply to the Raspberry Pi and turn it on. You should see a red LED on the board indicating that it is powered. Step 3. Connect the display to the Raspberry Pi using the HDMI cable and the USB cable. The HDMI cable will transmit the video signal and the USB cable will provide power and touch functionality to the display. Step 4. Connect the USB microphone to one of the USB ports on the Raspberry Pi. You can use a USB hub if you need more ports. Step 5. Connect the keyboard and mouse to the Raspberry Pi if you have them. Otherwise, you can use a remote desktop app on your phone or tablet to access the Raspberry Pi. Step 6. Wait for the Raspberry Pi OS to boot up and follow the setup wizard. You will need to choose your language, time zone, password, and network settings. You will also need to update your system and enable SSH access. Step 7. Open a terminal window on your Raspberry Pi and type sudo raspiconfig. This will open a configuration menu where you can change some settings. Step 8. Go to System Options and then Audio. Choose Select Device and then select USB device. This will make your USB microphone the default audio input device. Step 9. Go back to the main menu and go to Interface Options. Choose Camera and then enable it. This will allow you to use a camera module with your Raspberry Pi if you want to add facial recognition or other features to your storybook. Step 10. Go back to the main menu and go to Advanced Options. Choose Expand File System and then Confirm. This will make use of all the available space on your microSD card. Step 11. Exit from raspiconfig and reboot your Raspberry Pi by typing sudo reboot. Congratulations! You have successfully set up your Raspberry Pi 4B with 8 GB of RAM, a USB microphone, and a 7-inch touchscreen display. In the next section, I will show you how to install ChatGPT and start writing stories with it. In this section, we will show you how to install and run the software that uses OpenAI to leverage ChatGPT, a language-based AI, to generate stories on demand. ChatGPT is a powerful chatbot that can do many things, such as answering questions, generating content, and even coding a basic website. But today, we will focus on how to use it to create stories with our Raspberry Pi Storybook. To use ChatGPT, you will need two things: an OpenAI account and a web browser. You can sign up for an OpenAI account for free at chat.openai.com. You will also need to verify your phone number and accept the ChatGPT terms and conditions. You can use any web browser that supports ChatGPT, such as Chrome, Firefox, or Edge. Once you have your OpenAI account ready, you will need to install some software on your Raspberry Pi. The software we will use is called Surge and Alpaca. Surge is a tool that lets you interact with ChatGPT from the command line. Alpaca is a chatbot created by Stanford researchers that runs locally on your Raspberry Pi. It is based on Facebook's Llama model and fine-tuned by OpenAI. Alpaca is similar to ChatGPT, but it runs faster and uses less memory on your device. To install Surge and Alpaca, you will need to follow these steps. Install Windows Subsystem for Linux 2, WSL2, on your Raspberry Pi. This will allow you to run Linux commands and applications on your device. You can find the instructions on how to do this at https://docs.microsoft.com/and-us/windows/wsl/install-win-install Docker on your Raspberry Pi. Docker is a platform that lets you run applications in containers. You can find the instructions on how to do this at https://docs.docker.com/engine/install. Install Git on your Raspberry Pi. Git is a version control system that lets you download and manage code from online repositories. You can find the instructions on how to do this at https://git-scm.com/download/win. Install Surge and Alpaca on your Raspberry Pi. Surge and Alpaca are available on GitHub at https://github.com/stanfordnlp/alpaca and https://github.com/timkmecl/surge respectively. You can download them using Git by running these commands in your WSL2 terminal. Git clone https://github.com/stanfordnlp/alpaca git clone https://github.com/timkmecl/surge add your OpenAI API key to the Surge settings in VS Code. VS Code is a code editor that you can use to edit and run Surge scripts. You can download it from https://code.visualstudio.com. After installing VS Code, you will need to add the ChatGPT extension from the VS Code Marketplace. This extension will let you use ChatGPT from VS Code. To add your OpenAI API key, open the Settings panel by going to the File menu and selecting Preferences, then Settings. In the search bar, type ChatGPT to filter the settings list.